what the worst feeling in the world is. Yeah, I know, I'm a nobody, so I technically shouldn't have feelings, but I don't give a shit what Superior says right now, or just anything, really. The worst feeling in the world, let me start a different way. There are a lot of bad things in the world, I get that. War, poverty, disease, not having $1 million, I get there's a lot of bad things in the world. Of course, that always depends on what your definition of bad is, but the big ones I think most people can agree on. Crime, poverty, disease, and war. No one seems to like those. But we're getting more with feelings right now. I get the whole live for humanity type of thing, but you also have to remember you're an individual person, and the only one you honestly have to live for is yourself. But getting into that, living for yourself and by yourself kinda sucks. We're humans. We're all animals naturally seek out companionship in the form of packs. Everything. Every being on this planet seeks out packs. That's why forests exist. Every living being on this planet searches out packs. Things bunch together because honestly it's better than being alone. Which gets us back to the idea of the worst feelings in the world. There's a couple that are pretty bad. Not feeling like you belong. Not feeling like you're worth anything. Feeling like no one cares. And this isn't even the big sense of, oh, I have to make a name for myself in the world. Or worlds, whatever way you look at it. It's more in the sense of the people that are supposed to mean something. Friends, family, loved ones. Especially when everyone says that you have to care for them, that they'll always be there for you, and then, especially when it's them saying it, and then they turn around and they're not. They're off doing something else. Or caring about something else. And if you're like me, you don't bother them with your problems because you know that they probably have worse problems than you. Or you're scared that they just won't care. It's a terrible feeling. Feeling that no one cares. That everyone secretly hates you. The feeling of exclusion, of not being involved, of not being included. Because then it really only feels like it drives home the fact that everybody hates you. Maybe there's one person that you feel actually cares for you, but occasionally they only make it feel worse because they'd rather be around someone else. Or you feel that everyone else only wants to be around you because of that person. In the end, it only ends up making you feel worse. your worst feelings are when someone you love who claims to love you goes off and goes and talks to other people. Not in an innocent way. Or when people you care about are having problems and they don't let you know. Or when people you care about are having problems, ask you for advice and then they don't listen. Or you having problems yourself and not doing anything to help them because you don't want to bug other people. Or people thinking you're the bad guy. When really you're actually too nice to correct anyone. And can just be mean because of stuff that's happened in the past. Being misunderstood is definitely up there in some of the worst feelings in the world. I get the idea of living for yourself because you're the only one you're ever going to have to completely deal with. I get that. More than anything, it's a method I follow intensely. But sometimes you just can't do that. Because then you become the bad guy. By doing what you're taught your entire existence, you're the bad guy. For being tired of being ignored, you're the bad guy. For getting tired of getting hurt and doing something about it, you're the bad guy. It's like there's no way to win. But, of course, then there's always, well, that's life. It sucks. It doesn't have to. Everyone makes it. I get the whole, well, that's life thing. But when people go and do something, and then turn around and yell at people for it, that's people's fault. That's not life's fault. And sometimes the quiet one doesn't want to be quiet. And sometimes the nice one doesn't want to be nice. Sometimes the strong one doesn't want to be strong. Sometimes the shy one doesn't want to be shy. Sometimes the loud one doesn't want to be loud. But sometimes they do it because that's what's expected of them. And when they do anything else, everyone automatically assumes something's wrong. because that's what people have come to expect of them. If, say, the bully at your school automatically just started being nice, you would think something's wrong. Automatically, you would think something's wrong. Why are they being nice to me? Something must be wrong. They must be. Sometimes they don't have a choice. Sometimes you think one person is one thing, and there's something completely different on the inside, but because everyone expects them to be that one thing, they're trapped. And they can't do anything else about it. Because then people think something's wrong. Oh, you're not being yourself, something must be wrong. And then occasionally they say, oh, I don't know, if you want the truth, you should change this. But every time you go and try and change something, they automatically think something's wrong. Sometimes you're just tired of arguing with people. Nothing's wrong. It's okay, nothing's wrong. Another worst feeling is when you want to say something else, but you don't want to trouble people. When you want to say, no, I'm internally screaming. I just want someone to actually realize without me telling them what's wrong. But you don't. You can't. Then, because you're calling out for help, you look like you're begging for attention. Like you're weak. So you just smile, put on a confused face, and say, I'm fine. Sometimes you just want to drop everything because it feels like it doesn't matter anyways. Doesn't matter. Sometimes you just want to leave. Run. Get away, never come back. But you don't. Sometimes you know deep within yourself that everyone hates you. That no one really likes you. They're hanging around with you, surely out of habit. Or they're hanging around with you so they don't hurt your feelings.